What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Panthers Advice. Okay, this might be like my 15th intro because I really don't know where to go right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I was wrong yesterday about Bryce and Dave Canales. And we're going to look at the film. Don't get me wrong. We're going to look at the film because you probably think I'm crazy right now or didn't sleep. I slept. All right, I slept. I got a decent night's sleep. But once I got up and I watched the film, yeah, I wish Dave Canales would have said something. I wish he would have said the offensive line was absolutely garbage because it's the worst it's been. I'm not kidding. It was the worst it's been since Bryce's rookie year. I'm not blowing smoke. It was that bad. It was that bad. So we're like, okay, why didn't he go deep? Because offensive line sucked. Right? Now, did Bryce Young miss a few throws in the first half? Yes. Again, we're going to look at the film, right? But to pin this game on him or Canales, I can't do that. You can if you want, right? But I'm not going to say, well, Bryce Young makes those two throws at the half or in that first half, then the Panthers would. No. Because the Panthers were going to stop the Patriots anyway, right? But the offensive line was terrible. Oh, it was terrible. Now, did Bryce Young miss T-Mac a couple times? Yeah. And one of those is on T-Mac as well, right? Where Bryce Young overthrows him, which we're going to look at. But to pin this game on him, no. You can't do that after you watch this film. Now, if you want to, sure, go ahead. If you want to say Bryce Young is in the future, I'm not going to disagree with you. Would I like to see the Panthers potentially draft a quarterback moving forward or sign one? Yes. Depending on who they sign or where they end up in the draft. I'm not opposed to that. But to put this game on him or Canales, if you want, the only thing I'll blame Canales for is, Rico basically matching Chuba and carries. Right? But as far as passing, let's look at the film. So what are we looking at with the film? We're looking at every play after the Panthers scored on that first drive. So every play after that leading till half. And Bryce Young does a great job right here. A little play action. Icky's going to get beat on that left side. Take a look right here. So they run the play action. Bryce Young is coming out of that. Pressure on his blind side, steps up, makes the check down right there. Okay, good stuff right there. Play number 2. Okay, this time we're going to play action to the Taylor side. All right, Bryce Young dumps it off right there. Okay, so you can see right there, the Panthers, they want to go short and sweet. So first and second play, a couple of play actions. Third play right here, we're in shotgun. All right, let's take a look what happens. Ball snapped right here. Patriots blitz 3. Patriots blitz. Let me see that one more time real quick. Patriots blitz 3. And they just completely clog up that middle. Now, what are the Panthers running right here? The Panthers are going to run a mesh concept. We're going to have T-Mac going underneath. Mitchell Evans goes over the top. And then you have your spot over the middle. I think that might be Tremble right here. Let's take a look right here. So you have Tremble right there in the middle. Now, let's take a look at this play right here. What's picked up? Well, if T-Mac's going to get that, he's going to get popped right there across the middle. All right. You have Mitchell Evans going over the top. That's not going to work. And Tremble's picked up right there too. Bryce Young has a defender on his feet. So now he's got to scramble and move. So he's going to move, as you're going to see. He wants to hit the spot route, right? But now that defender is going to break loose right there. He's forced to scramble again. And at this point, he does a smart thing, just checks it away. Okay. I'm not mad at that play. Play number 4 right here. This one's kind of on him. Okay. He hits, the D-line in the face. All right. Hit him in the face mask. Okay. So what have we seen from the first 4 plays alone? First 2 plays, play action. Third play, they got pressure on a 3-man blitz. And then Bryce Young hits the defender in the face mask on that 4th play. 5th play, what are we looking at right here? Patriots send 5. Okay. Hits T-Mac right there. So far, the offense isn't bad. Okay. So far, it's not bad, to be honest with you. So as we keep it going, back to 12-man protection. Okay. Once again, there's pressure in Bryce's lap. He's getting hit as he throws. Now, how fast was the pressure? Let's take a look right here. So they're going to run play action right here. Taylor basically just lets his guy walk inside. Right? Take a look at right here. Take a look right here. So Bryce Young, the second he's coming out of that play action, there's pressure. I mean, where's he going to go? I mean, where do you want him to go? So then we get to 3rd and 11 right here. All right, and this is where things get interesting. We're going to pause at the top of the drop. You see what the Patriots are doing? I want you guys to really focus on what the Patriots are doing. Do Panthers have receivers open? Yes. But where are they open at? here, which is about what, 5-7 yards short. Here, almost 10 yards short. Here's 10 to 12 yards short. That's bagged right there. That's bagged right there. You see the difference between a good defense and the Panthers defense, right? They're not letting anyone get behind them. They're allowing everything underneath if you want, but they're not allowing anything getting behind them, right? So Bryce Young, while he misses T-Mac right here. Again, I said he made a couple of bad throws. Okay, it wouldn't matter, right? If we're being honest, I don't think it matters that much, right? You got all these Patriots running to the ball. T-Mac's going to be 5-7 yards short of it. Now, yes, Bryce Young made a bad throw, but at the same time, Patriots good defense. Bryce Young's forced to check it underneath on 3rd and 11. Now we're going to jump to the next drive right here. You got Bryce in motion. They run the fake. Bryce has somebody in his lap, dumps it off right there to Chuba. All right, they get the first down. Right, we're looking at every play. And so far, it's hard for me to say, okay, yeah, Bryce is the problem or Canales is the problem, right? Because you see the Patriots, man, they're sitting in the heat. They're just dumping it off underneath, as you're going to see right there. 2nd and 6 leads to 3rd and 1 right there. Bryce Young's going to keep it. He's just going to run for it. I like it because trying to hit Rico right there doesn't really make a lot of sense, okay? So now we're at 1st and 10. Again, only down by 1 possession, all right? Split set right here. Motion from Chuba, run the fake right there. Bang. The play calling so far looks good. And then it's 3rd and 16 right here, right? And Bryce Young almost makes it worse. He's got all the time in the world, right? But you're going to see nothing's open, right? Nothing was open anywhere on the field. Everything is bagged. This is what a good defense looks like, right? Bryce Young's going to try and force it. Not a good look. But again, it didn't matter where he was going to go, right? It didn't matter. It didn't matter where he was going to go. And then we jump to the next drive right here. I don't remember if there was a flag thrown. Let me know in the comments or not. And the reason I say a flag thrown is the contact right here, way after 5 yards, right? That's going to slow T-Mac down on his route. All right, Bryce Young's going to miss him. Because why? Because that right there is going to slow him down. Bryce Young's expecting him full speed. And you see what happens right there. I don't remember if there was a flag thrown right there or not. But let's keep it going right here. 1st and 10. Cover 4 look, pre-snap a quarters look. All right, and Patriots almost get him to bite there. Bryce Young's just trying to check it down, get a few yards, and then right here, I didn't really understand that play, to be honest with you. But we're not done yet. We got one more play left. It's 3rd and 10. And, I mean, there's just pressure out the wazoo, right? There's just pressure out the wazoo. Blitzing 4. Blitzing 4 people. Where was Bryce Young going to go? I mean, someone's got to let me know. Where was Bryce Young going to go right here? We're going to pause it. Right? We got somebody falling at the top of the route. All right, right there. Which is probably who Bryce wanted to go to. I mean, let's wrap this thing up. So let's wrap this thing up. Let's not forget this. Remember, all we thought the Panthers needed was a game manager. Not a game changer, a game manager. But when you got Rico getting the same carries as Chuba, right, they're just switching drives, that's a problem. Because now you're looking at 1st and long, 2nd and long situations. And usually 3rd and long too, right? When your receivers get no separation, that's a problem for a game manager. When your offensive line can't block, that's a problem for a game manager. Right? I thought that's what we all agreed to. That's what Bryce Young was going to be. So if you want to blame him, go ahead. But again, I look at this team like, you know, what do you guys want him to do? And I'll say it again. Am I saying I want Bryce Young as a future quarterback for the Carolina Panthers? No. I'm not saying that. Would I be open to getting other people? Yes. But to put this game on him, after watching the film, every play, and somehow the Panthers were down 6-28 at half. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So we can blame Bryce. We can blame Canales. But the truth is, you know, is this right here. Your 4th round pick, Trevor Etienne, you didn't put him in until you got burn time. Your 6th round pick, Jimmy Horn, I don't know where he is. No idea. Right? Then your 1st round pick, Tedero McMillan, 8 targets. 8 targets. So I'm not blaming Dave Canales for this, right? As far as the game. when it comes to draft strategy and that best player available, that's BS. And the reason I say that is you're not even really using T-Mac. You're not. 8 targets? Adam Thielen was getting what? Don't quote me on this, but what, 10 to 12 maybe a game? You're not using him. You could have traded back, got Matthew Golden, got Luther Burden, got somebody else, and then stacked picks and everything else for later on. I like the Princely pick. I like the Nick Swarton pick. Then you go to the Trevor Etienne pick. Again, best player available, and he just now got burned. I mean, yeah, he was on return. We probably could have had a linebacker, a DB, a safety of some sort instead of Trevor Etienne. Do I like Trevor? Yes. I like those speed backs, but what is he contributing? And then the Jimmy Horn thing? Don't get me started. So the whole best player available thing for the draft, it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you. But as far as this game alone, nah, the offensive line sucks. There's no route separation. The run game sucks. Blame Bryce if you want to, but remember, he's a game manager, not a game changer. Panthers advice is out. I'll catch you guys next one. Take it easy. Peace.